All right, you guys, and welcome back. I'm Sandra D, the main event, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to my community of love and unity. Today, we will not be talking about hair, and we will not be talking about food. We are on the journey of talking about the narcissist. But before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to High Value Male, who actually just started their own channel, and it is called Chosen Empath. So I wanted to personally make sure that I gave a shout out, and I wanted to personally ask you guys to make sure you look up their channel and show some support and love, because that's what we do when we are on this channel. Okay. Now, let's get into the subject at hand. Now, let's talk about the love bombing. Okay. So now I know you guys know I did a video on the love bombing, but I want to come back on this subject again because I wanted to break it down even further, because I want you guys to understand all of the things that you need to know so that you will not allow this to happen to yourself again, but also you need the education. Okay. Now, I have often told you guys you need the freshman, the sophomore, the junior, and the senior. And I'm still going to continue to say that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is sit here and give you all that I can, because I want you guys to have your breakthrough. I want you to have your healing, and I want you to get all them blessings. Okay. Because God said he'll give you double for your trouble. Now, let's talk about this love bombing. All right. Now, most of you guys know when that narcissist introduced themselves to you, what did they do? Okay. They showed you a mask and who they are not. They showed you a mask of everything that you are. They mirrored you. Just like you look at yourself in the mirror, you see your reflection. Okay, what they did was they mirrored you and showed you a reflection of who you are. Okay, you're amazing. Okay, you're priceless. You're valuable. Okay, you're destined for greatness. Okay, your swag is on point. You got it going on. You got it popping. Okay, you keep it lit. All right, now they love those things about you. They love your confidence, okay? They love the way you dress. They love your personality. They love the essence of who you are. You are everything that the narcissist aspires to be, but could never be, because they will not do the work. But they sure will con their way and show you that they are, in order for them to be able to extract from your life so that they can be able to have a little piece of happiness, but it never lasts long because they're broken. Okay. They are still carrying past wounds and hurts that they have not healed from, that was caused to them when they were children. So when they grow up, you may see an individual as a grown up, but they have the Peter Pan or the Wendy syndrome. Okay. They are children who never grew up. Okay. Now, when they mirrored you, they showed a reflection of who you are. When they mimicked you, they were mimicking your personality. That was an introduction in order for them to be able to get in to start the initiation of the game that they was about to run on you. Now, after this, you thinking this person is cool. You thinking, okay, we could probably hang out, So what did you do? You went to go hang out with the narcissist. Now, you didn't know that they was a con artist. You didn't know that until later on down the road. But now let's stay focused. So once you got into that love bombing stage, baby, that's when they were still mirroring you. They were mimicking you. They were mirroring you. They was continuing to show you your true value and the core of who you are. Okay. So that's what drew the narcissist to you to begin with. They know they ain't like you. They know that you are a rare commodity. They knew that. They know you was an asset. They knew that. So let's continue. So now what did they do when you were sitting there kikiing it up, chopping it up, talking like y'all been knowing each other since you was kids, like two peas in a pod. Felt like you knew this person, like y'all had a connection, like y'all seen eye to eye, like y'all was on the same level and y'all could elevate together. Okay? When they sat there, they was putting you in an interviewing stage and you didn't even know you was on an interview. And they asked you all kinds of questions. Now, they asked you these questions because, for one, they needed the information that they needed to be able to run their game on you. They needed this information to know what makes you tick, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? The ups, the downs. They needed to know all of these things because later on they was going to use that manipulation with the notes that they took on what you gave them, which was the tape, as you was kikiing up with them. And they was going to use that against you. Okay? Now, what did they do in the love bombing stage? They made you feel special. They made you feel like you was the only one. Before you went to bed at night, they text you. When you got up in the morning, they text you. They probably text you on your lunch break. They probably sent you flowers. They probably came by and brought food because they act like they couldn't get enough of you. Right? So you could not tell, you didn't know that this person was not who they portrayed themselves to be. You had no idea that you was dealing with a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You had no idea that you was dealing with a Sour Patch Kid. You didn't know that it was going to be sour and sweet to sour. You had no clue. Not until the narcissist really started showing out and showing you who they really were. Like a person that has a surprise party and they didn't know they was having a party and then they get startled. Okay, that's kind of what the narcissist did to you. They was like, surprise! This is what I'm really like. So when they're sitting over here being affectionate and, wanting to seem like they're the hero, like they're this amazing person, the only reason why they are doing this is because they are doing these things in order for you to lower your guard so you don't see them as a threat. Because what they did was created this love potion, okay, that actually had poison in it. And when you sat there and you drank that love potion, okay, it put you into a trance because they hypnotized you. It was a distraction. It was to get you on a high. Okay? They wanted you to feel as good and as happy and as wonderful as you could. Because they wanted to gain access to you, okay, by making sure that you appreciated everything that they did for you. So that way, when you dropped your guard, they wanted you to depend on them consistently for that good old feeling that they was giving you. Now, when they was doing this, you could not understand why all of a sudden they went exit stage left. Why the fat lady was singing. Why the hell did Elvis leave the building? Okay, that was on purpose because the manipulation of it is they got you into a trap because you trusted them and they wanted to gain your trust. They wanted to get you into that position so that when they started to reveal to you who they really are, that you will override your judgment and trust them instead of trusting yourself. This is a part of the game that they wanted to run on you to get you to trust them, to get you to deny what you see that is wrong by them telling you that that's not wrong, that's right. They're shifting the narrative to work in their favor. But also at the same time, they're getting you They're getting you emotionally imbalanced. And this is on purpose. This is why when you end a relationship with a narcissist, or the narcissist ends a relationship with you, they want you in your mind like a hamster on a wheel, just going over and over and over and over, and you're fighting, trying to figure out what happened to the good person, where this person came from, or why they keep doing this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, why they keep coming at me like a Sour Patch Kid. Okay? Have you guys ever heard of the story about the woman who found a snake that was sick, and she had nursed the snake back to health, but she put the snake into her bosom? Okay? And then when the snake was well enough, what did the snake do? Bitter. Okay? And then the woman said to the snake, "Why did you bite me?" He said, "You knew I was a snake when you found me." The moral of the story is, you picked up a snake, but you just could not tell that it was a snake because you was conned, and you was conned because they put the wool over your eyes, because they gave you a love potion to gain your trust so that you would not see what was about to happen, that you was about to be deceived, that they were putting you in a mental unstable state, physically, emotionally, and also spiritually. Okay, they wanted to jack you all the way up. They wanted to tear you down, your confidence, because the only thing they wanted to do was trade places, like the invasions of the body snatcher. So when a narcissist was coming into your life, that narcissist knew you had it going on from the gate. But the narcissist wanted to be you. And the only way that they could be you is by you spilling the tea and letting them know. So what did they do? They had to tear down all your confidence, your self-esteem, giving you reasonable doubt, getting you in an emotional state, giving you their childhood traumas and putting it on you for exchange for your greatness. So the love bombing stage is a stage of them getting information about you and them creating a love potion, but it's also a way for them to gain your trust into your life so that they can deceive you and pull the wolves right over your eyes. That is the second phase of the game that they play with you to get you into a trauma bond. And then they expand on it because they got to sit here and try to tear you down because they're trying to build themselves up. So when they sat there and they invested in you, that investment was a way for your eyes not to see the trick that was coming. That they were going to lie to you, that they were going to deceive you, that they were going to try to steal the essence of your soul, of who you are. And then turn around and put you in a smear campaign while they run off in the sunset with somebody else that they ain't gonna stay with long neither. And does the new supply go through what you went through? Hell yeah. The devil ain't got no new tricks. He just know how to run his game because it's his game. But you need to learn how to change the game. And when you change the game is when you left and you snatched your power back. So when a narcissist is sitting over here trying to hoover you and suck you back in a relationship and you shut that down, that narcissist is sitting there scratching their head trying to figure out why it didn't work. Does it work on some people? Yeah, that's why they got supply. Let's not lie to kick it. It just didn't work on you. So we are definitely here in this community to educate and uplift and help those who are trying to get to the other side. So just remember, don't be going out giving out your information and being an open book. Don't do that. You take your time when you get to know somebody, or you defer from answering the question because you don't know them long enough. And you don't allow somebody to force you to go into a relationship quickly. Because that's your first sign of letting you know that this person ain't got your best interest at heart. What you got to be in a hurry for? That's not your soulmate. That's not your twin flame. You don't know them. I don't care how well you connected. The only reason why you connected is because they lied to you in the first place. They been watching you. This ain't their first rodeo. You just didn't know they existed. Narcissists are stalkers. And even when you leave the relationship and you have nothing to do with them, they still stalking you. You just don't know that they stalking you, but they are. And you block them on everything, and you supposed to. But they will also try to be crafty and sneaky and create fake social pages. You know, because they got to see what you doing. But that's their first mistake. Because how you going to smear somebody and put them in a bad light, but you still want to be a part of their life? Where they do that at? Yeah, so they will still have a way to try to keep tabs on you, to keep their eyes on you. Because they want to see if they could come later on. They're going to wait for years to go by and pass and hope that you forget all that they put you through. But I'm going to give you this reminder again. You forgive, but you never forget. And you're not forgetting, because at the end of the day, that is your enemy. They were never your friend. And nah, they ain't changed. And they not trying to change. They just want to let time go by in hopes that you forget what the hell they did to you. You do not allow a narcissist to return or come back. I don't give a damn what's going on in their life. They do not have your best interest at heart. The only person a narcissist thinks about is themselves. And the only reason why they return in the first place is because they're going to see if they can still run that same game and if they can extract from your life. So you make sure that while you're going through your healing, that you write down everything that you experienced and everything that you went through. This is not a reminder to you to hurt you all over again. No, this is for you to stay your behind away from them. And remind yourself of the reason why you kicked them to the curb in the first place. Because what did they do? They hurt you on purpose. They didn't want you to have your good life because they miserable and won't do the work. And the only reason why they're coming back around is because a narcissist is lazy. They don't want to sit over here and try to look for new supply. They're going to go back into what they used to have and see if they can run that manipulation all over again. Trying to pull on your heartstrings. But once you go through a narcissistic relationship and you done went through it, you ain't going back through all that again. Because when that narcissist sat there and did what they did, that's a scar that you will never forget. But it's also a blessing in disguise, because now you know how to level up your game, what to do and what not to do. Remember, you destined for greatness. I'll see you guys in the next video.